Whenever you send a payment to the insurance company, it's important to write the policy number of your policy on the memo line of your check. So right here you would write that number. That's very important to tell the insurance company what account they're going to be applying the funds to. And then I know that memo line isn't very big, but if you will also write whether it's a premium payment, premium and loan interest, or a loan repayment, that will be very helpful to the insurance company to know how to apply those funds. Now, some people tell me writing a check is old-fashioned. Well, some insurance companies allow you to call them and do an electronic payment over the phone right from your checking account. You would supply them with first of all, the name of the institution where your bank is. You would supply the routing number, the checking account number, and a check number, and you would tell them the amount you're going to pay for your premium, and they can then process that electronic check. Some insurance companies have a system on their website where you can go and have the funds directly drafted from your account for your premium. Now, another option that people like to use is bill pay. And I used to use bill pay myself, especially for loan repayments, and I'm going to tell you why I no longer use bill pay and do not recommend it. Like I said, I used to use it for my loan repayments, and I had the ability to include the policy number and what the payment was for. So I could tell them if it was for a loan repayment. And a few years ago, I went to set up another account to go to another insurance company so that I could do bill pay. And I wasn't able to include all of this information. And so I knew I didn't want to do that. But let me tell you what has happened with some of our clients as they have tried to use bill pay. Some banks will send an actual physical check, and it will have the name of the policyholder right on the check. And it may or may not have the loan repayment, or the description and the policy number on the check, but they'll actually send a physical check. Other banks will send an electronic transfer, and here's the problem. This information here, the policy number and what it's for, and any information from the electronic check, often do not communicate with the insurance company. So the insurance company gets this check or the electronic transfer, and they take it to their bank and they deposit it. And then it comes out for accounting. And if it was an electronic transfer, they don't even have a name. And they do have the amount, but they have no idea what policy number it's to be used for. They don't have a name on the check, and so those funds just sit there. They sit there in the bank account of the insurance company, and they've got this memo over here that funds came in, but they have no idea how to apply it. So a few years back, one of our clients called me, and she said, "Michelle, I need to borrow funds from my life insurance policy. I'm getting ready to close on a house." And so I looked up her policy and I noticed her premium hadn't been paid. And I said, "Well, you don't have the money in there to borrow right now because you haven't made a premium payment." And she said, "Oh, how can this be? Because I did authorize a payment to go out and the money is no longer in my account." Well, I had to get the information of what date she sent that, what was the name of the institution that she sent it from, in other words, the name of her bank, and I had to find out the exact amount she sent and that she was applying that towards her premium. And then I called the insurance company and I told them, I said, "We have a client who sent in a payment," and they had to go searching for their records to find a payment transaction that would have happened right around this date from this institution for this amount. And then they could put two and two together, see that her premium was in fact due. It was the exact amount of her premium. And then they could properly make this application to, or apply that payment to her policy, so that then it would show that it was paid and there was money then that she could be borrowing for that new house. But what a process, and what stress she was under during that process. So I do not recommend that you use bill pay. I do recommend that you handwrite a check, that you include the policy number, and that you also tell them how to apply that payment.